questions you want on there, I'd really appreciate it, and I'll be making that video soon. So make sure that you ask me a question if you have one, and add your name at the bottom as well so that I can say your name or say who asked me the question. And the other thing, I wanted to apologise because I have no background in tonight's video, guys. I usually film on the floor in my room because I'm more comfortable on the floor, I guess. But tonight, I enjoy making ASMR content so much that I need to find a permanent filming space, I think. No more of us filming on the floor, so we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. I'd love like a little corner of my room that's specifically for ASMR videos, like with a backdrop, and I need a stand for my mic as well because it's just sitting on like a little desk that I have, so I need some newer equipment, so I will keep you guys updated on that. But for now, we're just sitting on the floor in the guest room in my house, and got a little curtain to sort of shake things up here. But yeah, so apologies for the very dull grey backdrop today, but you do what you gotta do. So without any further disclaimers, let's get into the video. See you guys. Hi. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. So you're here for the initial exam, right? Okay. Yeah, so the way we do it is we have our sleep clinic, but before you can come to the sleep clinic, you actually have to fill out a form, like a questionnaire, and just so that we can know some more about you. And we used to have an option where you could do it online, but unfortunately our website isn't working right now, so I thought it would, so that you don't have to wait until we get that figured out, you could just come in and we could ask the questions in person. Does that sound alright? It's a bit old school, I know, but we'll make it work. We gotta do what we gotta do. So I have my notebook, and I guess we'll just start with the simple ones here. Let me get to a new page. Shall we? So I just need first your full name, so your first name, middle name, last name. Right. E-E-L, okay. Perfect. Now, is that your maiden name, or are you married? I know. I'm sorry. I have to ask. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So next I just need your height and your weight. Yeah, it's just so that we know what category to put you in, because Okay. I think you look great, yeah. Great, so I wanted to ask you, before we get into too much detail, like, what you're here for. So this is a sleep clinic, obviously, and we help people figure out their problems with why they're not sleeping well. But sometimes people have specific problems that they need help with, like maybe overthinking at night, or just you've dealt with insomnia all your life, or maybe it's during a certain time of the month or during a certain time of the year. Have you ever dealt with like depressive episodes, that sort of stuff? I know I said we're going to start easy, but like, this is really helpful for me to know why exactly you're here. You don't have to share everything right now, but just the basics of why you're here and what sort of made you realise that you want to get some help to try and sleep better, because sleep does affect everything. Yeah. Okay. I totally understand you. That's great. That's really all we need right now. So, can you tell me a bit more about how this started? Like, when you noticed it the first time? Or maybe if it is more recent, like, what made you realise it was such a problem? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, no, you're fine. Okay. That's great, yeah. So, now that we've dived in a bit, let's back up. Let's kind of go over like your history a bit. So, where were you born and where were you raised? Oh, that's so cool. I have friends from there. Yeah. Okay. And that's in... Oh, yeah. And did you grow up there? Or did you move right away? You grew up there? Yeah. And did you, so you moved from there to here, you said 10 years ago? Yeah. Okay. Did you move with your family or just by yourself? Okay, so your family is still there, yeah. What's your relationship like with the family that's still there? Are you close or are you kind of distant? Yeah. Okay. I totally understand. That's hard to keep up with people when they're not in your immediate space, you know? Yeah. Okay. Lovely, lovely. Also, let me know at any point if you need a water or a snack. We've got everything. Yeah, of course. Right, so let me just... Okay. Now, I do need to know, just logistics-wise, do you have a sleeping partner? Do you sleep alone? Oh, that sounded so terrible, I'm sorry. Are you single? Are you dating? Are you married? Like, what's the scoop? love hearing that. So you guys are close. That's incredible. It's really hard to find somebody who's your best friend these days. Right, so you're dating. Does your partner have any sleep issues as well? No sleep issues, okay. And this is important as well. So when you wake up in the morning, do you find that any parts of your body ache or hurt or feel like pins and needles or anything out of the ordinary? Do you wake up and you've got a headache, or you feel lightheaded or something? Anything like that? Do you ever wake up with those kinds of symptoms? Your shoulders. Okay. And you said that's every morning you deal with that. I'm sorry, that sounds awful. We're definitely going to take a look at this, and we'll definitely be able to help you. We've had so many people come in who have struggled with like tightness or muscle soreness or waking up, and you just feel like you can't sit back or sit up straight. And we've had so many success stories of people who have come here with those issues and walked out completely with different sleeping experiences. So I'm so glad you're here. Okay, let's see what's next here. Do you have any pets? Oh, two. Are they big dogs or small dogs? That's lovely. I'm just curious, what are their names? I won't write it down because our system doesn't need it, but I'm curious. Oh, those are such cute names. I love that. So you have two dogs. Do you have any other pets? Okay. Right. Right, yeah. Okay. Pets, we've covered pets. So what do you do for work? That's the next question. What do you do for work? Is that like a full-time job, or is that? Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. I know since like a couple of years ago so much has changed, and some people are working like part-time jobs, a lot of part-time jobs, or like remote work, or so that's in person full-time. That's important to know, because sometimes like a lot of stress can be related to the way we sleep. So if you're stressed from work or you're overworking, sometimes that can really contribute to your sleeping problems. So what do you do for work, you said? Okay. Okay, and how long have you been doing that? Let me turn to a new page. things like groceries, and yeah, it's ridiculous. So a little side note there, but I understand that. So okay, so you've worked there for 4 years. Now, are you kind of like, are you wanting to continue down that career path? Are you thinking of changing careers? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Well, that's good information to know, because sometimes like a big change as well can affect the way that we sleep and the way that our mind is able to rest or not rest, because we're going to worried about that or not sure how it's going to go. So the fact that you're thinking about that big change, that makes a lot of sense to me that you're here again. Glad you're here. Yeah. That makes total sense, yeah. And now, so what does your partner do? Do they do the same thing as you? No. That's so sweet. I love that. Okay. I have a few more questions. So, just as I was talking about, like, how big changes can create stress, have you had any big changes lately? It can be outside of work, outside of, you know, maybe in your personal life, and you don't have to share with me if you don't want to, but just like a general idea, if there's anything major that has gone on in your life in the past maybe year and a half. Yeah, that is a really big change. I just want to pause a second. I'm really sorry about that. I know that that kind of change is really hard from personal experience. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please keep going. Thank you for telling me that. That's very valuable information. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's good for us to know that kind of stuff, because especially when you come here dealing with stress, it's important to know the circumstances that go with it. That can really have an effect on the way you sleep, unfortunately. And so during your day, during your work day, or during the weekend, what do you do to rest or to like recuperate during the day? Do you take a coffee break or stand up and stretch, or do you just kind of push through? Let's start with during the week. How about that? So like while you're working, you're at the office, your brain is fried. What do you do? Like, do you have any sort of procedure you do to take a little break or a little rest? Yeah, that's great. That's good to know. And then how about weekends? So weekends, you don't have any work going on. You're able to just relax and kind of rest. Do you have any sort of favourite things you do to unwind on the weekend?